Good morning, everyone. Just watching all the attendees flooding in, which is great to see. And yes, welcome to our Wednesday webinar session today, where we are hearing all about the beautiful JOALI properties in the Maldives. And I'm joined today by Dom, who is the Director of Business Development at JOALI. And he'll be taking us through the two properties. They have their JOALI Maldives and JOALI Being. If you have any questions throughout, then please do feel free to ask in the question box, and we'll do a little Q&A session at the end with Dom. And if you have any issues seeing anything or hearing anything, just let me know, and then we can address that. But without further ado, I'm going to hand over to Dom now to take us through the beautiful JOALI brand.
Thanks, Olivia, and hi, everyone. Thanks for joining on this Wednesday morning. As Olivia said, I look after sales for Europe, so based in the UK. And it'll be my pleasure to help you alongside the great Hummingbird team for any bookings and leads that you may have. So this is a shorter presentation, should only last about 20 minutes or so. And as Liv said, we can do some questions at the end. But let me talk you through some of the key differences between our two amazing islands in the Maldives. So first of all, where does JOALI come from? Well, it's actually quite a new brand. It's only 6 years old. And it comes from Turkey, actually, because our founder and our founding family are Turkish. The story is that our owner, who's a female CEO and founder of JOALI, she was basically the client in the Maldives and visiting every single year. Maldives became, understandably, one of her favorite places in the world, and she really wanted to create something incredible. So, there's so many great brands and hotels in the Maldives, but she's been and stayed in all of them, and she was thinking, okay, well, this is good and suits my taste, and maybe this not so much. So she really wanted to create the best of the best, and something really unique and special. So we're totally independent and family owned. And she will visit multiple times in the year to make sure everything is perfect. So this is about JOALI and JOALI Being. So first of all, JOALI opened in 2018 and JOALI Being shortly afterwards in 2021. And I'll talk you through some of the key differences here. So first of all, the journey starts here in Mali International Airport. We meet the guests and whisk them around to the seaplane terminal, which takes about 5 minutes in our JOALI vehicle. And waiting for them is our beautiful JOALI Lounge, which is the most incredible private lounge in the seaplane terminal. So here you've got things like showers, Wi-Fi connection, of course, air conditioning, and a library, so guests can relax in comfort while they wait for the seaplane. And then we have two ways to get to JOALI or JOALI Being, which of course is the shared seaplane or the private seaplane, which is in the photo here. So the shared seaplane with TMA, of course, will have around 14 seats, but the private seaplane is great for your VIP guests or perhaps a family who want to travel without any other guests. And that has 8 seats. It's more like a business class seat. And regardless, the journey time is going to be 45 minutes. And the flight is, takes you across all the atolls towards the Ra Atoll. So we're just above the Bar Atoll, which is quite well known now. The Ra Atoll is the next one up. And of course, you pass all those beautiful atolls on the way. So these days, those of you who know the Maldives quite well, if you travel a bit further from Mali, you tend to find more pristine paradise, and that's certainly what you find here. So in the Ra Atoll, I believe there's some 88 islands and a smaller number of resorts. And around JOALI, we're actually located in the middle of the Ra Atoll. And when you get here, you just look around and see around about 20 or so uninhabited islands. And that really is the sort of dream of the Maldives, especially for the first time guests. And the guests paying a lot of money, they want that real pristine paradise. So first of all, when you get to JOALI, you notice there's a beautiful arrival jetty, which is in the shape of a manta ray. This in itself is a sculpture and one of the items of art that we have across the island. Now, art is very personal to the owner. She even has a Picasso painting in her house, and it's just one of those joys of life, as we often use in our slogans for JOALI, Joie de vivre. And Joie de vivre is all about, the joyful things in life, including arts and gastronomy, natural beauty, hotel design, creativity, all these kind of things that you find at JOALI. So on arrival, you notice, there's lots of items of art all scattered around the island, and these are actually created by famous artists from different countries around the world. It's more like immersive art, not so much a painting hanging on the wall, but things like, for example, the manta ray on the top left. This is a great place for a dining experience or a privatized breakfast or something like this that we can create. But as you walk around the island, as I say, it's almost like an art trail. And even a QR code will tell you more about the artists next to each item of art. So one of the elements of Joie de Vivre at JOALI. Now, our water villas are by many people's comments, their favorite in the Maldives. I know it's a big favorite of the Hummingbird team as well. They're really something special, and hotel design is one of the things that's, again, personal to our founder. And she's seen what's out there. She's seen the best of the best, and she wanted to create something really unique and really special. So first of all, you'll notice that the water jetty, the Water Villas jetty over here on the photo, it's quite long. It's actually 1.2 kilometers. It does follow the natural sandbar pattern, so it really makes a beautiful kind of swimming pool as you walk down from the back of walk down the steps from the villa. You've got nice depth of water, sand on the bottom, and it's, like I say, a natural swimming pool there. So it's a really beautiful setting. The water villas are absolutely incredible in design. Here's one of the typical images, to show you the typical design. We've got elements like 6-meter high wooden carved doors. We've got bespoke furniture. We've got real plants, and it just gives you this feeling of homeliness. And this is something that our founder wanted to create. She wanted to create this feeling of a super luxury home through her vision. All the attention to detail is there. And many people will say to me and to the team at JOALI, you can really see that our founder is a lady, is a woman CEO, because it's that all about the attention to detail, and also the vanity products are perfect. For example, if you go in the bathroom, you find a Hollywood mirror, and the hair straighteners are right in the right place, and everything's just kind of in the right place. It's all about the attention to detail. I would describe the villas as very sophisticated and elegant, but also very natural and Maldivian. You can see with the colors, it really suits the Maldives, and you feel like you're in the Maldives, but it's got that elevated level of sophistication in the design. All the villas come with a private pool. Even the entry level leading category will be 100 square meters on the inside alone, and then you've got the huge terrace on top of that. And our pools are 10 meters long even for the 1-bedroom categories, and bigger for the larger multiple bedroom categories. So you really can do proper swimming there, and it's really a stunning villa. Many people choose to spend a lot of time inside the villa. Who can blame them? But there's a whole resort out there to discover. The only thing you need to decide really is whether you prefer the over water villas or the beach villas. And they actually come in 1, 2, 3, and 4-bedroom categories. So we do get a lot of demand for people traveling as multi-generational bookings, or traveling with the nanny, this kind of thing. Check us out for that. We have many 2-bedroom, some 3 bedrooms and 4-bedroom categories to offer you as well. All the villas, by the way, also come with a villa host. We call them a jadiga, and a jadiga in the Maldives means a magician. So I think, we all agree the term butler is quite an old-fashioned one, and it's not so much a butler, it's more of a magician. So the jadiga is there to connect with you on arrival, with WhatsApp as well, so they can keep an eye on you and keep a check on you virtually, or just wave at you as you cycle past on your bicycle. So what about the vibe at JOALI? Well, another thing that's really close and personal to the founder when she created JOALI was to create this soul that's, sometimes we talk about resorts being, with a good vibe or soulless, and she recognized that. So she wanted to create a soulful resort and something that's really fun. So we are definitely in the ultra luxury league, but, we want to be fun at the same time. So here at Mura, which is our main pool bar, you can find usually a female DJ. I think female DJs are somehow so much cooler than the male ones. So you can find beach house music, like a beach club kind of vibe in the daytime. There's a gin and tonic corner. There's a whiskey and cigar corner as well for those who prefer that. Even an ice cream parlor on the other side. And if you can imagine the sun setting between those palm trees, that's roughly where the sun goes down each evening. So the guests are happy. The guests are drinking champagne and cocktails and really socializing with each other. And this is the vibe that we want at JOALI, a soulful and fun vibe. It's all about enjoying your life. And as I said, joie de vivre is our slogan. So when it comes to dining, again, our guests are ultra luxury guests. They've probably been to all the best restaurants around the world. We recognize that. And we want to give them something really, really special. So a dining experience that will still impress them and blow their flip-flops into next week. So we have 5 incredible restaurants at JOALI. Lots to choose from. You can even dine around. We do have 2 signature restaurants though, which are kind of the special ones that people may want to make a reservation for. Maybe it's a special occasion. And Bellini's is one of those restaurants. It's Italian. Now we brought in famous and Michelin caliber chefs to design these restaurants. So at Bellini's you can be eating incredible Italian food that's like the best of the best restaurants in Italy, except you're dining on this beautiful tropical island. And likewise for Saoki's, our Japanese restaurant, which is kind of our masterpiece restaurant. If you can imagine walking across a water bridge to get to the restaurant, you cross the jetty through a tunnel of sake bottles and arrive at this amazing restaurant, which is a beautiful design, designed by a Japanese person as well. And the chef has 2 Michelin star background from Tokyo as well. So it's a beautiful, intimate setting, watching the sunset over the Indian Ocean and the most incredible Japanese food of your life. This is one of our best restaurants. So we want guests to have incredible gastronomic dining experiences and memories at JOALI as well, of course. Now, kids, obviously, as you know, very welcome in the Maldives. We do get lots of families coming here for the Easter holidays and the festive holidays, etc. So we've got the complimentary kids club, there's babysitting facilities, and we can provide you or through Hummingbird the weekly schedule of activities for kids or for teens as well, if they're bringing their families. So they get a bit more information about the kind of things they have to do there. But it's great fun for the families. Of course, we have 2, 3, 4 bedroom villas as well. And of course, we have an amazing spa. The brand we're using now is called Cure, which actually is a homegrown brand. It comes from our sister island, JOALI Being. And you could say it's like a little introduction to those who haven't perhaps seen the other island or don't know so much about it. They can learn a bit more about JOALI Being Cure. But Cure is a whole range of our own products that we will make, as we're such a strong brand in the spa world as well. But fantastic spa treatments is available at JOALI Maldives. Now, I'm going to tell you a bit more about the difference with JOALI Being our sister island. And bear in mind that it is in the same atoll. It's only 15 minutes away by speedboat, and it does make a really good combination. So it depends on the guest. If the guest is more into kind of an indulgent style holiday, JOALI Being is probably more for them. But if they actually prefer a more healthy style holiday, JOALI Being could be for them. Some people even like a bit of both, like me. But let's say you could do 5 nights on one, 5 nights on the other. But the point of JOALI Being is really to kind of be a more healthy style holiday. I mean, it could suit travelers who, for example, are the CEO, they've had a very busy year, they're a little bit burned out and they need some kind of rejuvenation. So you could recommend it this way. It could alternatively be like a young couple, using a kind of a stereotype there. Let's say a young couple who are really into working out, they just like to be healthy, they don't really drink much alcohol anyway, and this is their preferred type of holiday. So it's almost like a retreat for them. That could be another one too. But I would urge anyone to try this type of holiday. I mean, many people think it's not for them. There's a few stereotypes around well-being. It's all about well-being in your way. So we're quite relaxed in our approach. Everyone should do it on their level, which means if they want to have a sip of wine with their dinner, if they want to bring the family, this is all possible as well. So it's really, really open to a much wider market these days. Let me talk you through the island. So when you get to the island, there's an incredible welcome jetty waiting for you, which, well, it's a sculpture really, and it's called the Gate of Zero. This is designed by Turkish artists who actually resemble the dress or the skirt of the whirling dervish, which is of course a Turkish dancer and a type of meditation. So a lovely greeting on arrival, and the idea is that you leave all your baggage behind at the Gate of Zero and start from scratch. So you see our slogans are all about the joy of weightlessness. We want people to leave feeling much lighter in terms of like leaving all their emotional baggage behind and all the stresses of their working life, and really feel much lighter. So once you get to the island, of course, you can go to the villa. We have pool villas, we have the Jadagas over here too. By the way, all the information will be seamlessly passed across if they're staying at both resorts. So they can, the team at JOALI Being will already know all their preferences, etc. But on the guests can relax on day one, and maybe on day 2 or whenever they choose, they can visit Areka, which is the welcome centre to our wellbeing part of the island. Now, it's not true to say that JOALI Being is just a really good spa. It doesn't do it justice. There's different facilities and different spaces all across the island, but Areka is where it all kind of starts and where we introduce the guests to our wellbeing specialists. So it's entirely optional, but we do encourage, and most guests that come to JOALI Being would prefer to get involved in some kind of program, wellbeing program. This is where it all starts. So we'll meet the guests. We offer a 30-minute consultation with a wellbeing specialist. It takes about 30 minutes. We have a biometric reading that they can do, which gives us a lot of information about their physiology, but also it's a consultation. And also we'll be explaining that everything at JOALI Being links to these 4 pillars. So it's all about your mind, your microbiome or your gut, your skin and your energy. And these 4 pillars are the 4 pillars of wellbeing as defined by one of the world's leading specialists on wellbeing. If you do need more information on the profile of this person who designed the actual programs for us and the concept, then we can send that through to you as well. But it's all about your mind, your microbiome, your skin and your energy. And this is what you're physically doing. And also when you go to the restaurants, you can even see the same 4 drawings on all of the menus, which means that you can eat the right things that will correspond and match your activities in the daytime. So for example, if the guest is trying to improve their energy, many of the activities they do in the daytime will be, of course, energy boosting. And also when they go for lunch and dinner, everything they eat will be energy boosting ingredients in the menu as well. So let's have a look at the transformational spaces that we have across JOALI Being. I mean, really, these are just a summary of some of the different types of things we have on the island. So we've got everything from a sound pathway, which is a type of meditation in the jungle. You just discover this by yourself, almost by accident, and spend some time there. It's a very nice space. We've got cooking classes, so the guests can actually learn about some things they've eaten and they like, and they want to take some recipes home with them and learn about how to make that. We have the biggest gym in the Maldives, so anyone who likes to work out will be super happy in the gym there, and that includes some modern things like cryotherapy chamber, where you stand inside a freezing chamber, which is really good for the energy, and things like we call it a D wall, which analyzes your body's movements and can detect any kind of areas to work on. So we've got some quite high-tech things. We have more traditional things like hammams and saunas. We don't have any medical wellbeing. That's one thing it's not really our thing. You know, many guests ask us about Botox and those kind of invasive wellbeing techniques. We don't do any of this. It's more about natural wellbeing, modern and traditional. Now, I've just pulled out two examples of things that you could do in the daytime. So, for example, if you have a wellbeing program, we can give the guest a 5-night program, a 7-night program, a 10-day program. We've got some that are ready made, and we can send you, or again via Hummingbird, some examples of those programs. Or we can do totally a la carte. So it depends on what the guests, if they've done it before, if they need some guidance about what things there are to do. So we have some ready made, or we can do just make it for them if they've been to different wellbeing retreats around the world. Now, some of the examples of things you can do, for example, in the morning, you might have a Watsu pool. A Watsu pool is a really unique treatment where it's like a water therapy. I've tried it 3 times now, and it's absolutely incredible. The water temperature is the same as our body. You feel very kind of cozy and relaxed. You're suspended in the water by the therapist, and you even have some floats underneath your arms and legs. And it's like a water massage. So it comes from the 2 words water and shiatsu. And it's just really an amazing weightless massage that makes you feel super relaxed, and it can even unlock certain emotions in people. Therapists trained for over 5 years to be a Watsu therapist. It's very specialized. But believe me, if you get the chance to try this one out, give it a go. And everyone, without a doubt, loves it and says it's one of the most magical things they've done. One of my other favorites personally is Seda, which is our sound healing room. Some people may have tried a sound bath, which is where you have the Tibetan singing bowls and you're basically meditating in a room, usually with other people, and relaxing to these kind of sounds of instruments and natural sound waves. Well, this is kind of the next level really, because it's a private space. And as you can see, we have lots of instruments around the bed. So when the guest is relaxing on the massage bed, you can physically feel sound waves coming through your body, and you're meditating to the sounds of these instruments being played just for you. So it's super relaxing. It really relaxes the mind. And that could be, for example, your afternoon activity. So you can see it's not a boot camp, as some people imagine. It's really lots of relaxing treatments. All the treatments will be designed around those 4 pillars. And the idea is you start to feel better over the course of a 5-day or a 7-day program. Even when you go to the restaurants, we have 3 amazing restaurants now at JOALI Being. First of all, you notice how beautiful the settings are. You're dining on the beach with these beautiful cathedral-like natural interiors. And looking at the menu, first thing you notice is that you can see a plant-based menu, a pescatarian menu with fish and seafood, and a signature one will actually include a bit of everything. Even you can find things like Wagyu beef, which in fact is healthier than you think. On the menu, you can even see the fat and the calorie content, and actually it's kind of educational, but you'll be surprised at how low the numbers are, how tasty the dishes are. And again, it's not about like salads and being on a diet. Believe me, the dishes are beautifully presented, super tasty and very filling as well. This is one of the things that we wanted to create, and what differentiates us from other, let's say, retreats around the world. Everything is an ultra luxury level, so it's not just about the experiences. We want the dining experiences to be as amazing as our sister hotel in JOALI too. It's all been designed by nutritionists. It all fits with the 4 pillars, but there'll be really, really memorable dining experiences. So Flow is our main restaurant over here. We also have Mojo next door, which is a poolside restaurant, also right on the beach, which is a beautiful space for lunches and dinners. And we're just finalizing our overwater Japanese restaurants, which will be a beautiful space to also enjoy those kind of nutritional dishes, but obviously everyone loves Japanese, and a different setting for our guests as well. Now, the last section is all about the villas. Now, we call them well-living spaces because, again, villas doesn't do it justice, really. The whole villa design has been designed around well-being. and carefully considered. It's all about your physical space when it comes to well-being. We all know about forest bathing, and we've heard about it anyway. So, you go for a walk in the forest and you feel a bit better. It's because it's about your physical space. It's not just about what you're doing and you're eating. So at JOALI Being, first of all, you can see the villas are, again, very spacious. We've got private pools and the villa house and everything, just like the sister island. But inside, it's very different in design. I mean, some people just like the design because it's a beautiful design. As you can see, it's very stunning. But those colors are actually intentionally designed to make you feel calmer. You've got the pastel colors, the sort of almost watery colors that make you feel very calm. And you'll notice lots more rounded edges. So inside the villa, you can see the rounded shape of the roof and everything else inside the villa. And that's all to do with the ancient philosophy of Feng Shui, which is all to do with positive energy flows. There's no right angles, which is a negative energy. So, whether you're not you're sort of conscious of it, it makes you feel a bit better when you're inside the villa. Even next to the bed, you won't find a plug socket. If you go hunting for the plug socket there, you just have to plug it in across the villa. And we've all heard or learned that, having a plug or the phone by your bed when you're trying to sleep is bad for your sleep. And even when you look inside the minibar, you're going to find kombucha, healthy snacks and things like this. And our welcome drink is a beautiful sparkling tea from Copenhagen, in fact. So it's 0 alcohol. It's served in a champagne bucket and a very beautiful, luxurious drink. In fact, if you're in the UK, you can only really buy it in Harrods and Selfridges. So, it's a very special drink, but it's 0 alcohol. Worth noting that if the guest is on, well, if they like a bit of alcohol and they prefer champagne, for example, and they would rather have a bottle of Laurent Perrier or their favorite, of course we can do that. We're all about saying yes. It's an ultra luxury resort, and it's all about well-being in their way. So, if it's a special occasion or they just want to have a glass of wine with dinner, wine is available, cocktails are available, champagne is available, but everything, the default at JOALI Being is a kind of a healthier lifestyle. Now, just on to the last slides, this is a picture of our 4-bedroom overwater residence, by the way, just in case you wonder what that looks like, but it's our biggest villa on the island. This would be a great place, by the way, for perhaps people to share the space. I mean, you could have a group of friends or a group of people that go to the same retreat back in their home country, and they want to kind of share the space and catch up and be together, but then also in the daytime they can do all their treatments individually. So that would accommodate up to 10 people, and one of our really special villas. And I'll just show you quickly before we finish, but this is called Be Kidult, and it's our new well, we call it a multi-generational kids space. Not so much a kids club, because as you can see, it's not really a kids club as we imagine, but it's more of an outdoor space. And we created this so that families are welcome, because we do have actually demand from families who enjoy well-being. Perhaps they've had a couple of or 1 or 2 kids recently, and they still want to come to JOALI Being. They tend to come in the school holidays, obviously. We won't have loads of families on the island, but we do want to welcome them and say yes. So we need to create a space where they can leave the children and they can go and do their Watsu pool or their sound healing or whatever they may be doing. So this space, we have our team over here. They can be doing things like turtle painting, kids meditation, kids yoga, which by all accounts they really, really love. And you even have a private bit of beach and a private pool over here too. So the families can really relax and enjoy, and they're also in a separate space and they're being looked after. They'll say, while the parents can enjoy their well-being activities. So that's new from this year. So really you can offer this type of holiday to anyone, from single people to couples to families as well. And those who like a bit of alcohol or not, everyone's on a different level. It's all about your well-being. So just to finish up now, we do have a very good sustainability team at JOALI too. We're very much keen on protecting our environment, also giving back to the local atolls. It's super important in the Maldives. And again, I know this is important to your clients and perhaps you personally. So if you do need more details on that, I can send you some more detailed information. But it's all about these 4 pillars of sustainability. Also empowering the local female hosts. We have more female hosts at JOALI than anyone else, and that's because our founder and CEO is also a female. So she's very keen on recruiting a lot of female Maldivians as well for JOALI. We were featured on amazing hotels, I think twice now. We had a repeat earlier this year. So if you didn't catch us on there, I believe it's still available on Catch Up. But yes, you can also see Rob Rinder and Monica Gillespie on the islands, and a little bit of a back of house take on that one. So it was repeated earlier this year. I think it's still there to view. And of course, we're very proud to be part of the Hummingbirds Hum Club as one of their top tier resorts. So just to finish up on, we have actually got a really good offer right now, which is available with Hummingbird. It's available for any bookings in September. The stay period is 2024, just leading up to festive. And you book 3 nights and you get 1 night for free for your clients. And also there's a free half board as well. So it's one of our strongest offers we've done for a long time. But as long as they stay this year, they can benefit from a free night and a free half board. So that's all for me. I'll stop sharing and we'll open up the floor if there's any questions that you may have. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Dom. We do have a few questions. The first one is, if people are staying on one of the islands, is it free to have a shuttle to the other island and then dine at their restaurants?
Yeah, good question, actually. And it's something that we were doing like a small minimal charge. If they book both islands, there's a small minimal charge for the speedboat crossing. However, we did remove that for the low season. So currently it's a free crossing. We're just seeing how that goes, if it stimulates any more bookings, because it is really just a small charge anyway, based on the whole cost of the holidays. So it's nothing really. However, something to point out is that we do like a free, almost like a day trip. So let's say they're staying at JOALI Maldives and they want to go and have a look at JOALI Being, perhaps for the next time, or they're not too sure about it, they just want to go and look around. That will be free. So we'll take them over on the shared speedboat, usually mid-morning. They can stay for a few hours and then come back on the shared speedboat mid-afternoon, usually sort of around 11 to 3. And over there, they can organise a treatment, or they can organise a lunch and just have a nice look around. And that works really well. Many people are keen to go and just have a look. And just a reminder, they're only 15 minutes by speedboat apart. So it's a really, really good combination. The level of luxury is the same. The price is almost the same. It's just about the concept. JOALI Maldives is all about indulgence, and JOALI Being is all about a sort of healthier style of holiday, as you can tell.
Perfect, thank you. And also, next question is JOALI Being good for families? Is there a kids club? Or do you think JOALI Maldives is a bit better for families with children?
Yeah, I'd say that the default one would probably be JOALI Maldives if they're looking for a family holiday per se, because that has the kids club, it has all the facilities there. We've got multiple bedroom villas. That's the one people would normally go to. But we did create that Be Kidult kids area at JOALI Being as well. But I would say it's more for people who are interested in wellbeing, but they've also had kids and they still want to enjoy it. It might not be the first choice for every family, but I think they have to have at least a basic interest of wellbeing, and that could be a beginner of their first wellbeing holiday, all the way through to a very advanced wellbeing traveler who they've done it all before. They've been to the ones across the world and they now want to try JOALI Being. So it works for those people who like wellbeing and they've got families, and we've got this new Be Kidult area for them. But for the rest of the families, I would say the default would probably be more JOALI Maldives.
Perfect. And yeah, we just had someone who's written saying that it looks amazing and they'd love to have the presentation. So I'll make sure to get that off you and send that in the follow-up.
Thanks very much.
Email that I send. And yeah, also, how's your festive availability looking? Do you have 2-bedroom units available, do you think, over Christmas
Yeah, that's
time?
a good question, actually. And I'm glad someone asked that, because we do still have units to sell. We tend to find with JOALI, it's quite a last minute pickup. And I think it's because we're in that top tier of the Maldives where, let's face it, the price is quite high. We're aiming to be the best in the Maldives. So it's a bit like when you go shopping for a Bentley. But those kind of clients also, what it's like, they tend to decide quite last minute. So we do tend to find we have villas still available right down to, November, even December, still to sell. And then we'll find at the last minute it will be totally full. They're just very last minute decision makers because of their job or because of their lifestyle, who knows. So for now, we do have villas on both islands to sell. And bear in mind, we've got that offer I mentioned, which is a free night and a free half board up until festive. And during festive, the offers aren't there, but we've still got villas as well.
Great. Thank you so much. That's all the questions we have today. But if anyone does think of anything afterwards, please do reach out to me and I can check with Dom.
Cool.
But yeah, thanks so much, Dom, for taking us through the beautiful JOALI brand this morning. Hopefully it's given people some inspiration for any clients that are interested in, well, everything that Dom's talked about, but particularly wellness and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, thanks to everyone for joining us today. And we'll put the recording on our YouTube channel as always. And yes, look forward to seeing you next time.
Thanks for joining, everyone. Thanks, Olivia.
Thanks again.
Bye.
Bye.